I want to be so blunt with you about my
Please.
view on touring.
Please.
I think a lot of artists go into the space underdeveloped. They pop off on TikTok and there's no stage development. There's no understanding of creative for the show. They haven't had fan engagement.
Can I ask what went into the conversation to pull down the tour?
It felt a bit taxing to go out and do the run again. A lot of the rooms were similar sizes. And for us, growth is key.
Growth?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think overall we sold like over 100,000 records now, 100,000 tickets now globally.
Yep.
So we've touched every goddamn continent. And I felt like the album didn't react in a way that warranted another tour right now. And I think we got stuck on that hamster wheel of every year touring, when sometimes you got to just take a beat and let the records penetrate, pause, and let the fans miss you a bit. Like, they don't need to see you every year.
Right.
If fucking Kendrick was coming around every year, I wouldn't, like, maybe I would, but probably wouldn't want to. And touring is not easy. That's why I said to you, the record label shit is real. Owning your rights. I don't want to be 60 years old, two-stepping on stage to the same exact songs. Like, I want to go and try something new. Like, you're golfing now. How's it feel?
Amazing.
Okay.
It's the one thing I love.
And I just whooped your ass in some ping pong. I just got that. Post breakup Azad, and what I treated myself to wasn't a car or anything. It was a goddamn ping pong table.
You already got a few nice cars, so you're getting a ping pong table. I
have one nice car.
Yeah.
I got a 911 coming though, pause.
Well, listen, man, we'll play ping pong afterwards. I mean, we'll see the footage. We're going to content that, you know?
Yeah.
You know, but we'll keep playing, and I'm sure I'll whoop your ass. You know, give me a few games.
Yeah. I got you.
I'll make it close, you know? But you're right. I mean, I appreciate that honesty, to be honest with you, man, because putting on a tour is very difficult. And there's an ongoing conversation that touring is where you make real money, but you can, but you can lose a lot too, right? And you said it, you've lost money on touring. You know,
because I've done it the right way.
Okay.
Like, touring to me isn't going and sucking as much money out of the fans as you can. Touring is going on, putting on a great experience.
What does that mean?
That means we're dialed in from everything on the lights, the visuals, coming up with what is the direction of the visuals. What's the fan experience going to be? What's it smell like when they get in the venue? What's the merchandise you're going to create? Are you doing hybrid cut and sew, hybrid screen print? What's going to make the fan want to be like, I'm going to spend my hard-earned money, get a babysitter, take my girl out to dinner, take my guy, whatever it is, create a night out of this and want to do it again year in and year out.
An entire experience.
And I felt like, truth be told, I felt burnt out. And I didn't feel inspired this go around. I didn't feel like there was anything different that we were offering that warranted me asking you to spend your money and come out.
Yeah.
And it was early enough to where I was like, I've gone on stage when I have food poisoning. Me and Val there's been flights canceled, and we've taken other flights and landed an hour before our set and made it and done. We've never once missed a show in 6 years.
The fans don't see that stuff either. They don't know how much goes into putting on a show. Just from a physical standpoint, there's a lot that an artist will go through. They'll put their bodies through in order to be able to put on the best show possible.
What's up, everybody? It's Mauricio, Ruiz, founder of the Manager's Playbook. If you've seen the podcast, you know I talk a lot about how the music business really works. Not the theory, but what it actually takes to build a career that lasts. Listen, I spent over 17 years working behind the scenes with artists, managers, and teams, helping them make smarter deals, build systems, and grow careers that actually scale. And there's one thing that I've learned. Most people aren't lacking talent. They're lacking a playbook and someone to help them execute it. That's why, for the first time ever, I'm opening up the Manager's Playbook Mentorship Program. A hands-on program where my team and I personally help you get clear on your strategy, build real momentum, and make better business moves in the next few months. Now, if you're serious about taking your career or your artist to the next level, this is your chance to work directly with us. Spots are limited, so don't wait. Click the link below, learn more, and book your call today. Let's build your playbook together. Now back to the pod.
Yeah.
And I think, I really appreciate you saying you want to give the best experience to the fans as well. But here's the reality. You can afford to do that. A lot of artists can't afford to do that because you are actually seeing revenue being generated in other verticals. You set your whole business up to make sure that if you're taking a couple of $100,000 loss on touring, you're actually not on the overall business, because this other side, when it comes to the masters and the copyrights, are generating real revenue. Yeah. You can do that. Most artists that are on a label, if they're not doing cap rooms that are 2,000, 2,500, 3,000,
they're not making money. Yeah,
no. You can't. You have to. I hate to say this, but it's the reality is like, you got to figure out what the price point is to sell to the fan a ticket and how much you can actually generate per person that comes from a show. Mm-hmm. You are, from a business standpoint, you have to look at it as a number a little bit, as unfortunate as it is, because you want to survive. You want to eat. At the end of the day, if you're not making any money off of your masters because you've either done a license and you've done it in advance, or I don't know who's doing royalty deals these days anymore with labels. That doesn't even exist. But I mean, if you do that, like,
you're toast.
You're cooked. You're absolutely cooked.
I want to be so blunt with you about my view on touring.
Please.
I think a lot of artists go into the space underdeveloped. They pop off on TikTok and there's no stage development. There's no understanding of creative for the show. They haven't had fan engagement. Y'all, this is me talking directly to you guys. Just do fan meet and greets. Just pop up in the city. If they fuck with you on TikTok for your personality and you got one or two things that go crazy, show up and shake their hands and build with them on a personal level.
Yeah.
Don't put on a show, a performance, something theatrical if you can't deliver.
Yep.
Because everything nowadays gets recorded and saved and it gets burned and etched into people's memory. And some of y'all can't shake the perception that you may have gotten on year 1 or 2 of touring, and you were itching. I know I can name one artist right now, who is having a monster moment. Just because you can sell 5,000 tickets in a market doesn't mean you should go and play the 5,000 cap room.
I was just thinking that.
You need to exercise some restraint. If you're not prepared, if you can't deliver a performance at the level that an amphitheater needs, go in and play at the club show or play the small theater.
Absolutely.
And make it feel hot and sweaty and make motherfuckers leave being like, damn, the super fans got in. This shit blew out in 3 seconds. Yeah. And you left 5,000 tickets at the door.
Exactly.
And you can go back.
That's not an L. That's not an L. That's a W.
That's a dub. The great example of that is Drake. Drake's been able to do stadiums for years, has exercised restraint, will do multiple arenas. His show is more built for an arena, at least the way it is now, than it is a stadium. Mm-hmm. And that's why he can do, I think he did 10 or 12 shows in Germany alone. That's one country, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so I want y'all to have long careers. If you see the pot of gold, sometimes taking the long way won't hurt you.
It's not sometimes, it's always.
Always, honestly, yeah.
Always. Because that's an important note as well. You got to know, as an artist or as a manager, an executive, and if you're working really closely as a team, you're working for longevity. I never talked about this on the pod, but I remember sitting down with Jay Hope. We had a meeting during that whole time, and he was listening to some of the music, right? And his music didn't come out yet. And we were talking about records that we're going to put out. And then he leans over to me and he says, yo, why aren't you?
What a flex, by the way. I just want to, one time for Hov, one time for the greatest rapper of all time.
The GOAT. He's the GOAT.
The GOAT.
And he leans over to me and he's like, why aren't you putting this on? And I, as the music is playing, I said, on career. And he's like, you're right. And that's how we've always approached it. That's always.
Are you saying that you were schooling Hov?
No, not at all. No.
That was crazy.
No.
Wait, was that like a subtle flex that you were just telling him how to, wow.
But to be honest with you, man,
I respect that.
No, man. But in reality, man, when I realized in this business that everybody's a human and everybody, I can hang.
Yeah, of course.
I remember having a conversation with another person who I really admire.
You got to flex again?
A little bit.
Who is it?
It's 50.
You were talking to Fifth?
Way before anything happened.
I hope Fifth sees this shit. Fifth, you need me on whatever TV show you do next. I'm definitely the most handsome person he's had on the pod. Definitely the most flyest. This is all Woo Young Me. It's a Korean brand I love. These are, Pharrell brought back the butter softs. I'm just
Maybe somebody will send it to him.
Yeah.
I'd love to have him on this podcast. But
Fifth?
and I don't know if he will remember the conversation we had, but I actually remember sitting there having a conversation with him, and we were exchanging ideas. It didn't feel like he wasn't listening. And I think that's why the greats are so good. That's why I think Jay's so good. Because when we were sitting down and having a conversation with him, he was more interested in how we were thinking, because we were the new kids on the block. And he was like, well, he's like, how do you, he was asking a lot of questions. And it made you feel like there was a real exchange of ideas that can be executed.
Yeah.
And so that's how I felt comfortable to say that, because it wasn't me trying to flex. It was just, this is how we've been thinking about the career. And with Jessie, it was, I knew that this girl can do, big rooms, arenas. Yeah, absolutely. And I think within the next 12 to 18 months, she's going to get there. I do. And
I agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the show's ready.
Absolutely.
There's a difference. You could do arenas, but you got a boo-boo ass theater show.
But Jessie's been ready.
Yeah.
She's been ready to do that. But I knew when we were doing these 200 cap rooms, or 150-person cap room, like that, these are all underplays, but you got to do it. You got to build it out. And the show back then was just Jessie and Junior T. Shout out Junior. It's my brother.
Wow.
This DJ. But she was.
I missed those.
She was crushing it. She was absolutely crushing it. But we knew what we had, and she knew how good she was. So we're like, okay, look, there's an opportunity to grow the show, and that's what it came down to. And look at her now. Look how developed that presence is. You were there. You saw that.
Yeah, I've seen almost every iteration of that show.
And artists who maintain and who stay in the game all go that same route. They don't skip steps.
Facts.
They never skip steps.